Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be telling the story of the time a girl from my class pretended to break her leg not once, but twice. And it's, quote, pretty insane story. Um, so anyways, for this story, I'm going to be calling this girl Patricia because, I don't know, because that one Vine where, the guy yells Patricia and everyone just drops their things that they're doing and whatever. Um, but for this story, I'm gonna start off by giving you guys some context of me and this girl and how we know each other from the past. Now, I've known this girl for about 6 years, pretty much. And she was less annoying up until sixth grade. I'll say that. Um, so we were pretty much quote old friends, and obviously old friends are old friends for a reason, because they're old friends. So I'm old friends with this girl, and she just happens to be in my class for this year. And I'm like, well, crap, here we go again. This is gonna be a great year, isn't it? With this bitch in the class. Basically, in my head, I was thinking of the meme where he was like, oh shit, here we go again. So we are a few weeks, pretty much a month into the school year, and this girl has so many memes about her because of how she's being a teacher's pet. Patricia was the biggest teacher's pet in the world. In After I tell you this story, if you know anyone who's a bigger teacher's pet, be sure to hit the like button. If you don't, still hit the like button and turn on post notifications. So sorry for the quick plug. Basically, we were doing this thing where we all like circle up, we talk about crap in the morning right before the school day starts in the first period, before we have to go to like gym class or art class or whatever. So we're there, right? The entire class, we're supposed to be like sharing crap and whatever, and she just has this side conversation with the teacher every single day, and she complains so much and is like such good friends with the teacher. In fact, there was this one time we were doing this quiz. You enter class and you do like a little quiz. It's only like two questions with two parts each. It's not that difficult. It was for math, and this girl, the first time she does the quiz, apparently she gets 1 out of 13 points on the quiz. So, she starts crying. So then the teacher goes over to her with a smile on her face, and is like, "Okay, I'm gonna help you now." And so this teacher, right, my teacher, she goes over to Patricia, sits next to her for like the next 15 minutes, and pretty much does all the work for her. As she just sits there and goes, okay, I got it. And then, of course, the quiz ends 13 out of 13 because the teacher did it for her. And the next period, I was in my ELA class, I think. And the math teacher, goes out of her way to go into the class and give like a freaking eraser or some crap to Patricia. And she goes, hey, I just have to give this to Patricia because she did such a good job in math class. She just walks in with that huge grin on her face. And I just decide that I need to quit life. What do I do to get better grades on my math test? Do I just have to be like Patricia? Because if that's it, then sure. I'll be a whiny piece of crap anytime, any day. If that's what I have to do to get A's on my math test, then sure. Anyways, this girl does a sport. I'm not gonna name which one because I don't know, privacy reasons. Like, you're giving away my identity. If they happen to see this somehow, I don't know how. But they play this sport, and honestly, from what I heard, their team kind of sucks. And so she complains about freaking conditioning. When I was in sixth grade, I did my conditioning by running in freaking ice because it's the middle of winter in New England. Now, she probably has like treadmills and nice weights to lift and blah blah blah, whatever. Basically, she's a spoiled piece of crap. And sometimes she's like, I get checked during my games. Boy, I got checked in a soccer game, and the ref literally said, play on. I went flying into a parent. That's how hard it was. And nothing even freaking happened. So, quit complaining, one. And for two, I would check you. If I had the chance to, I would check you anytime, any day. When I got checked in that soccer game, I went flying like freaking Looney Tunes into the grave. Wow, that was a pretty bad joke. I'm sorry. I apologize for that. Anyways, this is the juicy part where she pretends to break her leg. Now she's pretended to be hurt so many times, and this was when everyone just their hatred grew so much. Now, how did this happen, you may be asking? And I'll tell you. So, apparently, everyone was out at recess, and Patricia left one of her friends a note saying that her friends didn't give her enough attention, and they should give her more attention. Now, just because you don't get enough attention at home, you whiny piece of shit, doesn't mean that you have to complain to your friends at school about them not giving you enough attention. So, basically, what she does next is freaking stupid. So all her friends go at recess trying to find her, to try and ask her what's going on, right? And she just she runs away, and then when it's time to line up, go in, whatever, she just starts crying, and then she's like, my leg. So basically, there's this girl complaining about her leg, and everyone's like, oh, what happened? She's like, so my friend's there telling me everything that happened, which is what I just said pretty much, when they were chasing her around and stuff. But I'm there talking to him, and I'm like, what in the world are you, why? Hold on, just wait a second. What? So I'm kind of there in shock, just watching this girl, and then a fucking wheelchair comes out and wheels her in to the school, and then she goes into the nurse's office, and then I just go insane. So we get back up to the classrooms. Our math class is about to start, and where everyone's talking about it, and one of her the friend who got the note from her saying that saying that she doesn't give her enough attention was like, my stomach hurts. And then the teacher, the math teacher, pulls her aside out into the hallway, and then they have a chat, and then she comes back in and she's like, what the fuck just happened? And by the way, 5 minutes later, 5 minutes after her class had started, she walks upstairs walking perfectly normal, and then she walks into the classroom, and she's just there. And then the teacher's like, hey, do you want to do this problem? And she says, yeah. And she walks up to the freaking whiteboard from the back of the room, perfectly fine. And everyone's just there laughing, even the teacher. And I just lost it then. So for the rest of basically the school year, because this was like in February when this happened, maybe even March or April. So for the rest of the school year, everyone, when they don't want to do something, they're like, no, my leg is broken. And then as like a joke, as a meme. So she became even more of a meme. So the second time she broke her leg was at field day, right? So if you don't know what field day is for some reason, because your school's a depressed prison, which every school is, but field day is where you all go outside and do fun activities for like half the day, and the rest of the day you spend like signing crap and whatever. So we're out at field day, and we're playing this like miniature capture the flag game, which by the way was a complete piece of shit, and it was very rigged, and I didn't understand it. So at one point, right, this girl runs into someone else, and they quote collide heads, but for some reason this girl's like, my ankle, and I didn't know if it was convincing or not, because she was actually there, and she looked kind of in pain, kind of not. And I feel so bad for the girl who she bumped heads with, because the girl who she bumped heads with was nice. They were a nice person, and I felt like they thought they were guilty, and no one else thought that they were a guilty person for colliding heads with this piece of crap. And so, she's there for 5 minutes on the ground, and then there are people who come by, and another fucking wheelchair. By the way, this was in like June when this happened, the second time. And so we were walking back in from field day to get our crap to pack up, you know. We're all having a good time, and then we see her being wheeled into the front office at the front of the school. And then we're like, oh, are you okay? And she's like, yeah, I'm fine. And she's in the wheelchair with someone else pushing her. And I'm like, there you go, bitch. You got the attention you need. Are you happy? So I go, pack up, tell my friend that I saw her being wheeled in a wheelchair at the front office. Then she becomes even more of a meme. And the next day, I kid you not, she comes in with crutches. And she literally, at one point, she switched the ankle that she twisted. She was like, oh, I have a twisted ankle, so I need freaking crutches for the next 2 days. The worst part is that she switched the ankle that she twisted. She was like, oh, my left ankle's twisted. And later that day, she was like, oh, my right ankle is twisted. Yeah, it kind of sucks. It happened at field day. I was like doing this epic playing capture the flag, and then the other team tackled me because of how good I am, right? And then I just went down, man. They twisted my ankle. Ugh, really sucks, you know. I definitely didn't go flop into the ground like melted ice cream. By the way, earlier that year, this kid, Patricia, she was going to China during school. She literally had 2 weeks off school to go to freaking China and see her friend with her mom, without her little sister, without her dad, without who the frick it was, with her mom, who probably spoils her with everything. And she was complaining about having to get 2 vaccines and about how the freaking plane ride was really long and blah, 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 and how the time zones are going to be different, and how she's going to miss all her friends in school and not miss her sister. So I don't know why you're complaining. You're going to China during 2 school weeks. You're literally going to miss school to go to China. Now, at this point, I was really hoping that she flopped to the ground like melted ice cream, because when she came back, she said that my friend who went to Canada for 3 days had a better vacation, and he didn't even fly to Canada. He drove like 10 hours to get to freaking Canada. Which better? Well, just let me know in the comments what you would prefer more, going to China or to freaking Canada. It doesn't even make any sense. But anyways, guys, that's going to be it for this video about the time where Patricia pretended to break her leg. Not once, but twice. You know, it's kind of like a, quote, first actual video on this channel. So, let me know if you guys want more of this, or if you want me to do a different type of video on this channel. Let me just know what to do with this channel in general. And I hope you guys I really do hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Because I have more stories about this girl, and if you want to hear more stories in general, not even about this girl, you know, maybe about my ex-girlfriend, maybe about some crazy crap that happens on, like, field trips. If you guys want to hear stories like that, you know, be sure to hit the like button, and if I get a bunch of likes, then I'll be sure to be like, okay, they want more stories, so I'm going to make more stories. Also, be sure to let me know what gameplay you guys want in the background to entertain yourselves while I tell these stories. Anyways, guys, thank you all so much for watching this video. Be sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time in the next video on this channel. I'm Villani. Peace out.